Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be playing Impossible Bosses. The objective of this game is to take out the bosses without your full team dying. I'll be playing on very easy, which reduces the health of the bosses slightly and gives players a little bit of extra resources. One of those extra resources is Karma, and I'm going to be using mine to get mana. Each time you get a point of mana, you get 100 additional mana. With that, the Priest is able to target heal an ally, 475 hit points for 18 mana. Divine Light, 100% of the target's health and 100 of their mana. So Divine Light's really good specifically for using on your tanks. Let's see if we have any. Does not look like we do. But a tank hero might end up with 4,000 or 5,000 health. So on those types of heroes, it's much better to Divine Light than it is to single target. Sacred Word is Inner Fire, essentially. Gives you a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of armor, 20 health regen per second, and a slight resistance to magic. I'd just guess it's about 10. That specifically is not that noticeable. Omni Flash does 500 damage to a boss, and it does 100 damage to units aligned with Shadow. 100 additional. Not entirely sure what that means. Perhaps there's a demon boss later on. We'll have to see. And Healing Wave restores 750 healing, each jump restores less. Resurrect resurrects a single ally to the same amount of hit points that you have. I actually forgot to purchase an item there. For 10 gold you can purchase an item where if you complete the boss round without dying, you get a bit of extra gold. Missed out on that, but it's not a big deal. Try to keep these guys on high health. Got a lot of damage in there at the beginning. Now I'm guessing their abilities are on cooldown. Yeah, so the warrior starts with 5,000. Okay, so now we're at the boss's ultimate ability. He starts channeling little fireballs towards a pink orb, and once he finishes channeling it, anyone in the darkness will instantly die. Similarly, if you walk into the darkness, you will also die. And you also take 50 damage per second by just following the orb, so it's important that you have some priests at this part so that you don't die from the passive damage. It's also worth mentioning that the only way to survive that ultimate is by saving your Mystic Veil and using it when he launches the fireball towards you. The reason why I'm standing so far away is that when the boss dies, he shoots out a big wave of fire, and if you get hit by that, it will also kill you. And since the Mystic Veil has a relatively long cooldown, I didn't have much confidence that it would be available. And that's probably how Orange died.
As you wish.
So let's take a look, see what we can buy. Staff of Light. So I'm going to be purchasing some more Karma, a Staff of Light, and then putting my final point into mana. This will give me a total of 3,500 hit points and 550 mana. The Staff of Light is essentially 2 points of Karma for 2 points of reward, plus a little extra bonus, which is that it lowers the cooldown on Healing Wave from 11 seconds to 9. I'm assuming that it doesn't make it visible, so it should be 9 seconds now. So this next boss is a Naga Boss, and she will shoot out tornadoes. The trick with this one is that whenever you get slammed up against a wall, you need to activate Mystic Veil, or else you'll die. And aside from that, just still have to focus on DPS in pretty much the same fashion as you would in the previous boss. Looks like we lost no allies there, or no, we did lose one. That's not that terrible. So since it's a warrior, I'm going to use Divine Light. The cooldown's long, but usually people won't be going down to the minimum health every 70 seconds anyway, so it's not a big deal. So right there I just got hit by a roaming tornado, and I was able to survive by quickly using Mystic Veil. See if anyone needs Inner Fire. Looks like a couple of people do. Going to use my 500 damage on the boss. And the boss is probably about to ult. Yeah, whenever the boss ultimates, you see the large orange glow. So for the ultimate, you need to run in between the water balls. If you get hit by them, you take a significant amount of damage per second. And then at the end of the ultimate, you need to use Mystic Veil as the wave pushes you out. And there we go. So that's boss number 2. Just in case I'm going to run away, but I don't think this boss has an on-death effect. Yeah, it does not. Okay, so now up to 3 lives. Got an additional 2 karma and a continue. Which means if we lose against... Oh wait, green's a beast. Did the stats show a lot of damage? That's a decent amount. 3,000. Seems like the Death Knight class does a lot. So with our 2 points, what can we buy? Charm Reset. Resets all ability cooldowns, 80 seconds. It's actually not that good for me. I do have, well, I guess it's decent with Divine Light. There's merit to it. But I think I'll play it a little bit safer, and... You know what, I'll buy it anyway. Doesn't seem like anyone else is. It'll be useful. And I don't have any... I actually haven't got to the 3rd boss in quite a while. I think it's a shaman, but I'm not positive, and because of that, I'm not going to buy the token. Okay, it's the Taran. So from what I vaguely remember about this boss, the last time I fought it was many years ago. He charges through the portals at some point, and you just need to dodge him. That's about all I recall. I'm assuming here we probably want to avoid the power orbs.
Of course.
Let's try to get a full heal.
Right away.
So now I could use my charm, but I think I can wait.
Right away. As you wish.
Okay, so we... Oh, okay. Wow, this is really tanking the FPS. Oh, now I remember. The portals are how we escape the boss. When he runs towards you during his ultimate, you walk into the portal and it sends you to a different location. However, with that huge FPS drop, that'd be quite difficult. So is anyone dead? I think we had 6 players and we have 6, so I think everyone's alive. Looks like the rogue needs some healing. And now she's gone.
I am your servant. Right away. Be gone, spawn of darkness.
Okay, this is a stun.
Of course.
1 second away from full healing purple, roughly. There we are. And he gets a little mana too, which, since his abilities probably don't use as much mana, they should keep him pretty topped off.
Right away. As you wish.
I am running low on mana though. In a future fight, it could be worth considering getting a mana potion.
Of course.
I think they restore like 500 mana for 10 gold, so cheaper than a resurrection, if it allows you to survive.
Right away.
That'd be neat if this also gave you mana, but I suppose that would be too powerful.
As you wish.
Oh yeah, if he triggers a stun while you're dead, as you'd expect, you won't be stunned when you're revived. Okay, so we have some people to revive. Seems like he'll be ultimating soon, but I'll see what I can do. Hopefully someone can tank him for a few seconds. And there we go.
I am your servant.
Ultimate time, so I need to try to get to a portal. Also, since I'm... Okay, let's get in that portal. Ooh, I think I'm probably dead here. Not a big deal. I do have plenty of resurrection potions.
As you wish. Right away.
Okay, let's go ahead and revive
As you
purple.
wish. I am your servant.
Unfortunately, I had to abort that. Wow, that was a powerful combo. I was going to say, unfortunately, I had to abort that to stay alive, but then I died anyway.
Your servant.
Alright, this time, this should be a guaranteed resurrection. Unless he's charging me, which he is. The bosses do seem to have quite a bit of target prioritization to people doing channeling abilities. He is high health. He should survive this.
As you wish. What ails you? As you wish.
Okay, third time's charm, right? Let's go ahead. Full... Oh, misclicked. Accidentally revived the Naga. Well, there goes life number 3. Not actually sure what killed me that time. Really just need to get purple up. But the boss is relentlessly targeting me. Well, purple can't res us all. He's a warrior, not a paladin. But I am trying to revive him. It just happens to be that every time I go for it, the boss focuses me. Okay. You know, I'm just going to revive who I can. It's reviving purple, they're pretty much always on top of him, so I'll just take orange. Oh, you know what? I think the portals do damage to you when you go through them. That's the penalty for the warp. Yeah, let's go through here, and yeah, about 500 damage, I would say. Let me try to get up whoever this is.
As you wish. Right away.
And with that, most of our team is alive again.
As you wish. Right
Oh, never mind. That is a Death Knight resurrection, so that's not really anything. Also, I guess, now that I think about it, if you used your Mystic Veil before going in the portal, that would probably keep you alive. Let me see if I can get to him. It's all going to be luck of the portal here. Okay, come on. And we got him full healed, and now I'm dead. Okay, not a bad run. We got to boss 3, did a fair amount of damage to him. Keep saying revive purple, but not as easy as it would seem. Yeah, so it looks like the Quake is tanking everyone's FPS. Oh, because we got the continue, we get to resume right at this boss. Great. So, we have 40 seconds to prepare. I could start putting Inner Fire, but since it only lasts for 60 seconds, so it would expire pretty quickly. So this time I only get to go in with 1 resurrection. What would I do differently?
As you wish.
Really just the mana potion is the only thing I can consider. 5 gold for 500 mana. You know, if we lose here, the gold's irrelevant, so I'll purchase the potion. Hopefully that'll come in handy. I could also purchase what I'm assuming is an instant revive, but I'll skip that.
Is my aid required? I am your servant. Is someone injured?
Quickly get some the Inner Fires up. Okay, stun. Yeah, he's probably dead.
As you wish.
And let's full heal purple.
Right away. Right away. I am your servant. As you wish. As you wish. Right away.
Okay, he died nice and early, which means this will also be an easy revive. Did I get... Huh. I guess that little Quake also had a mini stun. That's unfortunate. I'll go for perp again in a moment. It really should not be difficult to revive him with how many people we have alive. Come on! 1 second to go. Okay, I should be able to get him. He's used most of his little mini stuns, so this should be a guaranteed revive. Also, just to give you an idea of how little 3,500 health looks like, that was... What is this? Oh, the warrior revived everyone from an item. I see. Okay. Let me go invulnerable, run into a portal.
Of course.
And ultimate should be over right about now.
Of course. Right away.
Let me go through portal again in a moment. Okay, go for the revive. He's dead. I'll just hold out. I think my only shot here is getting a revive.
As you wish.
Got someone. Okay. Not too likely that we'll win this round, but after this, we do get one more continue from the start of the game.
Of course. Right away. Right away.
Yeah, 5 seconds against this boss is going to be pretty much impossible.
Of course.
So let me enter fire myself, just give me the best odds I can. Actually, this is not a bad ability. So let me run down here, then start reviving purple. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do an instant heal. There we go. That was the only way that would have worked out. So if purple can tank for a little bit, I can revive teal. And that'll get us another priest. Okay, stun. I'm going to use my reset here to increase the odds of me reviving him. Follow that up with a invulnerability, and it looks like purple managed to bring us all back. Okay, I'm going to just hide down here for as long as possible. And what I intentionally did there was I activated my invulnerability and then waited for a second before running to increase the likelihood of an ally, well, just give them more time to escape. Okay, let's go for the purple resurrection. Boss immediately charges me. Going to have to take the teleport. I do still have my mana potion. I'll end up using that soon. Okay. Let's go for purple. Okay. This time the boss stunned after or before I casted it, so it's not on cooldown. Okay, he's charging teal. Absolutely fine.
I am your servant. Of course. Right away.
And let's see if we can get anyone else. 1, 2... Alright, we should have it. Yeah, it looks like that hope is bugged. Seems like it gets, actually, yeah, once per fight, but it keeps triggering, which has helped. Alright. And that should be a full team revive. Oh, never mind, there was one over there, but teal got him. And now, the super mana potion will come in handy here. Oh, my charm is bugged as well. Interesting. It seems like... You know what, I really should have saved purple. But it seems like what happens is each time you revive, it's accidentally resetting our charges. I highly doubt that's intentional.
As you wish. I am your servant. As you wish. I am your servant. Of course.
I'm just going to keep focusing all the healing on purple. And it shouldn't be too hard for teal to revive orange. Ooh, wow. Okay, so I activated my invulnerability, but instead of running, I guess I clicked the boss or something, and I just ended up dying. Still 3 people. Teal will try to revive me, and if he does, we should be in good shape. And I'll get another charge of reset, which paired with... Okay, let's see what Teal can manage here. Okay. Ah, didn't notice the portal damage. I guess I should mention that. Should be obvious to them now, but still good to mention it anyway. Okay. pretty good fight. We didn't win, but we really managed to survive for quite a while. Possibly due to the bug, but I don't know. So that was a fun round of Priest, and for the second round I'd like to showcase some different gameplay, so I think I'll either go for a Ranger, or in fact Warrior seemed quite good as well. Or Fire Mage even. Really, a lot of the heroes in this game are fun. The one I'm least familiar with would be, actually, well, 3 of them. Warlock, Death Knight, and Druid. We have 50 seconds. Let's read through it. Increases attack damage dealt by 50% and mana by 15. However, you suffer 26 health. So I'm assuming that means it targets you only, or you target allies and you take damage. Torment. You know what, I don't really have time to read that. So I'm just going to pick between Ice Mage or Fire Mage. Insta-Cold. 205 damage to an enemy unit. Slows. Okay. Looks like we already have one. Okay. Having the second Priest was pretty helpful. I'm not a fan of Paladin. Paladin just feels like weak Priest to me. So for the sake of variety, I'm going to go Fire Mage, but I think it would be better for our team comp if I went for Priest. Fire Mage also relies on mana. He's a spellcaster, so to deal damage he drains his mana. But really all of the heroes in this game take a bit of mana to do damage, so... And I missed out on the token again, so I'll be down 12 gold. Just going to run to a safe distance and cast my Meteor. Meteor takes 4 seconds to cast. Really, I think it's closer to 5 because there's a little wind-up before it starts channeling, and then it deals 850 damage. And while I wait for Meteor to come off cooldown, just going to bombard him with my Z and C abilities, which are Scorch, which does 240 damage, in what appears to be, I mean, it says Wave of Flame, so maybe it's AoE. Seems unlikely. And Incinerate, which does 220 damage at impact, and also some burn damage. Seems like Orange is AFK. It's actually pretty... Alright. My move speed was a little too low to get into the circle. Not a huge deal.
Easily done. Easily done.
Here comes the Fireball. I'm going to immediately chain that into a Meteor. I can also cancel some of the basic abilities with my C, but there aren't too many from this boss that you can do, because it specifically cancels gray text abilities, and most of the ones from this boss are all red. And okay. Pretty easy kill. Almost died there. Twice. F. 2 gold short. One coin would have been nice. So I could get 3,000 health. Don't need that. Better for the warrior. Or Charm. Consumes your life, dealing 1,400 magic damage to the boss. Costs 20 mana. Okay. So Consume Your Life seems to imply that it kills you, so it's dying this way. 1,400 is not bad. Also, I missed my stats. I'm guessing I probably did about 2,000. Okay, let's go for Karma. With this hero, it really feels like you need some movement speed. Of course, movement speed is defensive, and spending a defensive point does mean you'll be a little weaker. You know what? Let's go for offensive, actually. It will increase the potency of my mana. I guess we can read through the sword. Or no, we can't because the round is starting. And once again, go for a early Meteor. And it looks like Orange is still AFK. Okay, the boss went under the water before my Meteor triggered, wasting it. The biggest problem with the Fire Mage, from what I can tell on this level, is taking out the little summons. Each of them takes 2 hits. My Mystic Veil was on cooldown. Each of them takes 2 hits, and they do a fair amount of damage, and the AoE is very limited with this hero. And ultimate time, so I can't use Meteor. This is bad timing on the water dodge. Okay, hopefully Meteor will actually do something, but it might die to the Nagas first. It's a close one. Whenever an ally shoots a tornado to you that you're not expecting, it's very dangerous. See if I can counterspell anything, but I doubt it. Can I do anything here? No. Okay, submerge, and then we can follow that up with a meteor. Get everyone a little bit of movement speed. Yeah, my F gives nearby allies 24 mana and 35% movement speed. Oh, okay. So that would have been cancelable. Under the sea. You just have to be very vigilant. Alright, it all comes down to this dodging. Okay, one hit, not bad. One hit again. 0 hits. And invulnerable. Oh, okay, so it looks like the mana does not restore for you, which means this isn't a free ability. 1300 health. Mystic Veil was on cooldown. Alright. Do we have a priest alive? We do. Nice. Looks like my mana doesn't come back, so I'm actually not going to be very effective. Trying to find a spot that would allow me to have it just rotate around me, but I ended up missing. Priest is still alive. Doesn't have enough mana for a revive. Yeah, it seemed like we went a little bit too far away from the offense that we had in the first round. Yeah, lacking the damage. So I'm not sure if this is bugged. I feel like that's supposed to go through the whole stage, but it seems to be clipping with the outer boundary. And that's the game. So with that, you only get 2 attempts, so that's going to be our final attempt. So overall, pretty solid first match of the Priest, and the Fire Mage match did not go too well. Partly due to the fact that I'm not as skilled with Fire Mage as I am with Priest, but also I just don't feel like the Fire Mage's impact is quite as high as you would expect. Because his damage is okay, but he lacks AoE, which means he's vulnerable to the summons of the second boss. And his Meteor is good, but it has a long cooldown, long cast time. The damage is good, but not fantastic or anything. But yeah. So, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.